Good morning, students. My name is Dr. P. Suresh Babu, Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, MBR College of Engineering and Technology, Paritala. As a part of online programs, we are discussing about, we are learning about advanced materials. In advanced materials, in Unit 3, we have autoclave and filament winding method for this today's class. If you observe the syllabus for this one is going to be manufacturing methods. In that manufacturing methods, we are going to this autoclave. First of all, what is an autoclave? Autoclave works on the principle of moist heat sterilization, where steam under pressure is used to sterilize the material present inside the chamber. High pressure increases the boiling point of water and thus helps achieve a higher temperature for sterilization. What is this meaning is, in this autoclave process, heat is used to sterilize the components or objects that has to be free from germs, bacteria and other elements. Here we are going to use heat with help of water. We are going to generate the steam, and the steam is used for removing the bacteria or viruses. Here different methods are there to heat the water and supply the steam to the components for sterilization. So that is the basic principle of this autoclave. As the number of methods are there to improve the autoclave process, we are going to discuss few of them. So what is the basic principle of autoclave is, principle of autoclave operation. Steam penetrates objects in the autoclave. And next, condensation creates negative pressure and draws in additional steam. Moist heat kills microorganism via coagulation of proteins. Here two types of autoclaves are written: gravity displacement and vacuum or gravity assisted. Still number of autoclaves are there, methods are there. We will discuss few of them. So first, how it basic operation is, as steam is passed on the objects and the objects are going to be sterilized. To generate the steam, there are number of methods are there. That's the first one. Next, condensation creates negative pressure and draws in addition of the steam. That means by creating a condition, we are going to create a negative pressure and we are going to draw the additional steam. Moist heat kills microorganisms by a coagulation of proteins. So these are the different principles, steps that will follow for sterilization of a component. We will discuss that one. If you observe how many types are there, there are different types are there. Out of that one, I explain few methods only. There are different types of autoclaves present in the market, some of which are pressure cooker type, laboratory bench autoclaves, that is M type. These are the domestic pressure cookers are still in use in many parts of the world. The more modern type has a metal chamber with a secure metal lid that can be fastened and sealed with a rubber gasket. It has an air and steam discharge tap, pressure gauge and safety valve. There is an electric immersion heater in the bottom of the chamber. If you observe this one, water is going to be present and water is going to be heated with help of a electric heater. To have a safeguard of the steam that is generated by the heater, we are going to provide a gasket, that is rubber gasket, and at the same time a metal lid will be there and a gauge pressure will be there to measure that one. So a provision is there for the tap to discharge the steam and to send the air. So this is the method that is going to be followed in a pressure cooker type or laboratory bench autoclaves. This is called as a N type. So if you observe gravity displacement type autoclave, what happens here? This is a common type of autoclave used in the laboratories, that is gravity displacement type. In this type of autoclave, the steam is created inside the chamber via the heating unit, which then moves around the chamber for sterilization. That means if you observe this one, the steam is created inside this chamber via heating, which moves around the chamber for sterilization. This type of autoclave is comparatively cheaper than other types. So this is a brief explanation about the gravity displacement type autoclave. Positive pressure displacement type, that is called B type. In this type of autoclave, the steam is generated in a separator steam generator, which is then passed into the autoclave. This autoclave is faster as the steam can be generated within the seconds. This type of autoclave is an improvement over the gravity displacement type. If you observe this, these three types, one is about pressure cooker type, that is N type. Second one is about gravity displacement type. Third one is at positive pressure. In all this one, we are going to generate the heat only, and heat is passed to the a chamber. In that chamber, we are going to keep our sterilizing the elements or the objects that has to be sterilized. And then to remove the air, to remove the steam, we are going to follow different types of methods. That's what we observe in this one. So all these are going to be using heat only to remove the germs, and that heat is supported to convert water into steam. If you observe the picture, types of autoclaves, it is pressure cooker type, common laboratory autoclave, vertical autoclave, horizontal autoclave, large automatic hospital autoclave. If you observe first one, pressure cooker, here what we are going to observe is pressure cooker type contains a pressure gauge is there, and two lids are there, and safety fasteners are there. That means we are going to heat with the bottom provision by naked fire, and it is going to be convert that steam into that water into steam, and thereby the elements present in this pressure cooker are going to be sterilized. If you observe this one, ordinary racks are there. We can have a predefined temperature to sterilize the components, and after the temperature we are going to open this one and we are going to use for the applications. In vertical autoclave, here safety caps are there, pressure gauge is there, lid is there. Here a provision is there to keep our objects under this chamber, and a heating coil is presented here. This is a vertical horizontal type one. A separate tank is provided to supply whenever water is needed. A pressure gauge is provided here, and the pipes are going to maintain to have a continuous process here. In a medical area, excluding hospitals, we should go for a high sterilization in terms of quantity, in terms of performance also. That's why we have a sensitive type of, and that is sensor type of autoclave, where we can maintain temperature up to desired level, up to desired time, so that components are going to be sterilized. First of all, why we have to go for sterilize? In some applications, we should use sterilized equipment. Exclusively in operations, we have to use sterilized tools, knives, scissors, or some holding devices like some stainless steel cutting plates or cutters like this. Some applications are very essential to do it in highly sterilized medium. In all these cases, you have to sterilize the equipment in hospitals. In industries also, in some areas, exclusively in electronic devices, sterilization is very essential, because if any want of type of bacteria or viruses or rust are going to be formed, it is going to spoil the exact process. So these are the different types of autoclaves instruments or devices which are used. So this is a general procedure of an autoclave process. In general, an autoclave is run at a temperature of 121 degrees for at least 30 minutes by using a saturated steam under at least 15 psi of pressure, 15 Pascal per square inch. The following are the steps to be followed while running an autoclave. Before beginning to use the autoclave, it should be checked for any items left from previous cycle. That means if any parts are present in the chamber, those has to be removed and fresh parts has to be loaded. A sufficient amount of water is then put inside the chamber. Now the materials to be sterilized are placed inside the chamber. The lid is then closed and the screws are tightened to ensure an airtight condition, and the electric heater is switched on. The safety valves are adjusted to maintain the required pressure in the chamber. Once the water inside the chamber boils, the air water mixture is allowed to escape through the discharge tube to let all the air inside to be displaced. The complete displacement can be ensured once the water bubble ceases to come out from the pipe. Here we are going to supply water and we are going to supply air. That means air will already present in the chamber. By supplying water, air is going to become along with the mixture of the water, that is along with the steam. If the air bubbles are going to be stopped from the lid, then we can ensure that air is disappeared from the chamber. That means the chamber is ready for sterilization. The drainage pipe is then closed and the steam inside is allowed to reach to the desired levels. That means how can by the pressure gauge. That means by using a pressure gauge we can able to conclude how much pressure to be built up in the chamber so that can clean the system. Once the pressure is reached, the whistle blows to remove excess pressure from the chamber. After the whistle, the autoclave is run for holding period, which is 15 minutes in most cases. Now, electric heater is switched off and the autoclave is allowed to cool until the pressure gauge indicates the pressure inside has lowered down to that of a atmospheric pressure. The discharge pipe is then opened to allow the entry of air from the outside into the autoclave. Finally, the lid is opened and the sterilized materials are taken out of the chamber. See, this is the general procedure that has to be adapted for any type of autoclave. Here, we are going to supply the steam and the steam is going to sterilize the objects that are placed inside the chamber. After that one, steam is converted into liquid that should be exhaled. And before supplying the steam, we should ensure that object is loaded with required objects to be sterilized. So this is the diagram of autoclave. If you observe this diagram, here a door is there. Here the steam chamber where we are going to keep the objects that should be sterilized. Here a funnel is there, a test tube is there, here a flask is there. For every object a separate medium of liquid is existing. This shows that some applications where medium has to be sterilized. So in all that cases we are going to use that one. Here steam is separate from a separate portion and steam is passed to this hot chamber. Thereby steam cleans and it is once again converted into the water or droplets of steam. And whatever the droplets of steam is there, it is shown in the form of a blue arrows and will go to the waistline. And to maintain at what we are doing, a thermometer is going to exist at this provision. Next, this door is a provision to place the sterilizer components in this chamber. This is steam to chamber. This is the provision, that means steam is entering into the chamber. This red color arrowhead shows exhaust valve to remove the steam after sterilization. So this is the how the autoclave process will happen. So steam can be supplied by different methods. Already we have discussed B type, N type, and a gravity type. So number of types are there, which is suitable for that application we can adopt. Next, what are the precautions to be followed in this autoclave process? The following precautions should be taken while using an autoclave. Autoclave should not be used for sterilizing waterproof materials such as oil and grease, or dry materials such as glove powder. That means oil or any fire catching elements are used, means at certain temperature they may catch fire. So you should avoid that one. Materials are loaded in such a way that it allows efficient steam penetration. Do not overfill the chamber. That means one upon the other if you keep, means so bottom one may not be exposed to steam, so it may not be sterilized. So for more efficient, you have to keep side by side, or you should go for the separating of the parts with any separator plates. Wrapping objects in aluminum foil is not recommended because it may interfere with the steam penetration. See, aluminum does not allow the steam to pass through it. It is better to go for a material so that allow the steam penetration. Metals does not allow the steam penetration, they will heat only. So you should take care. Material should not touch the sides or top of the chamber. The clean items and the waste should be autoclaved separately. So there should be separate provision for clean items and waste. Waste is nothing but steam is converted into water is converted into steam and the steam is used. At the same time, while sterilizing, some are going to be deposited on the autoclave surface. That should be a separate provision to waste that one. Polythene trays should not be used as they melt and cause damage to the autoclave. That means polythene should for lower temperatures only melt. So it is better to avoid those lower temperatures, so that the chamber is going to be protected with high security. Next, uses of autoclave. Why autoclave has to be used? Up to now, you may have a certain conclusions by using this one. Sterilization is very essential for number of components, industries as well as domestic applications. If you say go for any hotel, some hotel management is going to provide spoons in hot water. That is a one type of sterilization, free from bacteria and virus. If you go to some shopping complex, there also we are going to provide hot air for cleaning the hands. That is one type of sterilization. Nowadays, due to COVID or Corona also, sterilization is very essential for few parts surfaces also. So instead of going for a ordinary type of method, wherever hygienic is compulsory and prominent to maintain, then we should go for this type of methods for components which are going to be reused. So that is the major applications. Once we will go for what are the uses of this autoclave. Autoclaves are important devices to ensure the sterilization of materials containing water, as they cannot be sterilized by dry heat sterilization. Besides, autoclaves are used for various other purposes. They are used to decontaminate specific biological waste and sterilize media, instruments, and labware. For decontaminate biological waste, sterilize media and instruments and labware, you have to go for sterilization. Regulated medical waste that might contain bacteria, viruses, and other biological materials are recommended to be inactivated by autoclaving before disposal. That means certain biological waste will be there. This has to be autoclaved before they are going to be disposing to the public environment. In medical labs, autoclaves are used to sterilize the medical equipment, glassware, surgical equipment, and medical waste. Similarly, autoclaves are used for sterilization of culture media, autoclavable containers, plastic tubes, and pipette tubes. That means in certain lab, if you want to use pipette tubes, plastic tubes, culture media, and containers to store any food products, that should be sterilized. Certain medical equipments has to be preserved, means that should be sterilized. In olden days, needles are going to be reused, where needles are sterilized in a hot water for a certain temperature and for a certain period. So like that only in certain industries are there where we have to use sterilized equipment for testing, and reusing of that equipment should be sterilized, otherwise we may not get accurate and good results. So autoclave is a method of sterilizing, that is decontaminating a surface, a object or a component by using steam which is generated by a water. That is the basic principle of this one. So these are the uses of autoclave. As I told, now we are going for the second principle, that is filament winding principle. So what is the filament winding principle? Basic steps I am going to give, then we will go for the step by step. The process involves winding filaments under tension over a rotating mandrel. That means wires are going to be rotated on a mandrel, and that wires after sufficient layer we can remove and reuse for some other purpose. The mandrel rotates around the spindle in x-axis, while a delivery eye on the carriage in y-axis on y-axis traverse horizontally in line with the axis of the rotating mandrel, laying down fibers in the desired pattern or angle. The most common filaments are glass or carbon fiber strands. These are impregnated in a bath with resin as they are wound onto the mandrel. So this is the basic 4 steps that has to be followed for filament winding. A mandrel should be present, fibers has to be present, and mandrel should be rotated. And then the wires that are going to send should take a path in a resin. And resin is the material where we are going to improve the quality of the fibers up to what we need. Or to improve that quality, we are going to add resin. So next, what are the required components for performing this filament winding? Filament winding machines, mandrel, third one is fiber cereals, fourth one is resin bath. So filament winding machine we need a mandrel, fiber cereals and resin bath. Why these are needed? Filament winding machine basically similar to conventional lathe machine performing the turning operation. That means to perform the turning, that means should revolve continuously, we should go for filament winding machine. Mandrel is a cylindrical structure with either closed or open end over which filament is wound. That means a mandrel, a solid round cylindrical rod. It may be hollow or it may be open. Fiber cereals. Fiber is a form of filament, is wound similar to a thread rolled over a spool. So fiber is like a thread which can be rolled on a pipe. Resin bath. It contains a liquid resin, catalyst, pigments means colors, and UV absorbers. So that whatever the required color, required resin quantity, and the sterilization process can be done in this resin bath. These are the 4 components we need. The procedure or process for this filament winding. A large number of fiber rovings are pulled towards the resin bath. Now we are discussing about the step-by-step process for the filament winding. So first we need a large number of roving bars and have a provision to be pulled into a resin bath. Before entering the bath, rovings are gathered in the form of a band. That means all 3 are combined by passing them through a stainless steel comb. That means these 3 are going to be passed into a comb such that they are going to be form a single entity. At the end of the resin bath, the resin impregnated rovings are pulled through a wiping device to remove excessive resin. Once the rovings have been thoroughly impregnated and wiped, they are gathered on a flat band and positioned on mandrel. The band former is usually located on the carriage, which traverses back and forth parallel to the mandrel. In turn, mandrel rotates at lower speeds to get precise winding. After winding a number of layers of desired thickness, the filament wound part is cured in a mandrel. That means after getting number of rollings on the mandrel, we are going to cool that part. The mandrel is extracted from cured part. After curing, we are going to remove the mandrel and it will be fixed in the particular shape of the mandrel only. The component is normally cured at high temperature before removing the mandrel. That means curing will be at high temperature before removing so that you can have that stiffness and strength. This is an example. As in pressure vessels, mandrel becomes an integral part of the filament wounded part. In certain pressure vessels is withstand to hold the pressure inside that one. It may be a gas or it may be a liquid with high pressure. For that one, we should protect the breakage of the cylinder. For that breakage, we are going to wound with fibers. Those fibers are generated with resin, pigments, and ultraviolet absorbers. This is a general procedure. So now what you are observing is the process what I have explained. These are the different types of fiber spools you have selected. All these three are going to be entering into this one. And after completing this comb device, three are making a single thread. That means you can observe ropes are of small diameter. After crossing this comb device, we have a large diameter. So this large diameter is formed by the combination of these three, and it is dragged by a tension device. This is the resin bar. In this resin bar, we have provided pigments, UV absorbers, and resins and hardener. So after passing through this rope into this one, colors are going to be added to this one along with resin and UV absorbers. Here we are going to correct the eye in the sense correct the dimensions of this rope. Wherever the excess resin is there, color is there, UV absorbers are there, or any unwanted materials are there, here it is going to be removed. And thereby it is going to be rolled on a mandrel and it is going to be cooled. After that one, the rope is going to be separated with the mandrel so that that rope bundle or spool can be used for a specific purpose. This is the diagram showing that filament winding process. So this is another example of filament winding. That means here a cylinder is there. Cylinder is going to be integral part of this filament winding. Roving supply, how many are there here? 5 we are going to supply. Here a tension is there. That means it is going to pull. And all are going to be form a combined one. Here resin bath is there. That means along with the resin bath, the wire is entering into that one. After a certain time, we are going to have the rope with a resin bath. Resin bath may contain pigments, colors. Pigment is also a synonym of color, and resin and a UV absorber. Here a cylinder is there which is already positioned such that cylinder rotates with the help of the axle, and this is the track. That means it is going to track means while it is making rotations, it is going to be bounded on this one. So for which position we need this winding, at that position only we will try to wind. This is the one of the method that is showed like a winding process. So I think I am explained. This is another type where winding is integral part. In previous case, winding is not an integral part that can be separated. That's what I want to explain by these two diagrams. Next, what are the resins we can use? Resins we can use are epoxy, vinyl ester, polyester, polyurethane, phenolics, polyamides. So epoxy resin mixed with the hardener. so that we can able to increase the strength and tension of the given spool or given fibers. So material used for fibers before going for resin is E-glass or S-glass, carbon fibers, aramid, borons fibers. So these are the filament winded after mandrel is separated here. Here we can have a mandrel of this type also. This is like a spool rope. That means like a thread and on a pipe. So it is one type. This is one type. You can have a total here 4 types of materials that can be used as this one. And this in turn convert into a single wire with a resin bath and a process what I have shown. Next, parameters. The parameter means in this filament winding process, the filaments are fiber tension, fiber wet out, resin content. So resin content may increase or decrease. The tension of the fiber depends upon the tension, how much we are pulling. Fiber wet out with how much time we are spending to wet out that one. Metal properties are also depend upon these three. Environmental properties are also influence on the process what we adopt. The properties are environmental properties means fiber tension and resin content. First it depends upon that one. Fiber tension is created by pulling the rovings through a number of fiber guides placed between the cereals and resin bath. Between cereals and resin bath, we are going to keep the fiber guides. So those are going to be control the tension in the wire. Adequate fiber tension is needed to maintain fiber alignment in mandrel and resin content. So fiber alignment purely depends upon the mandrel and resin content. Mechanical actions on fibers in resin bath such as looping generally creates additional fiber tension. Typical tension values range from 1.1 to 4.4 newtons. Excessive fiber tension can cause difference in tension content in inner and outer layers. Residual stresses in finished product, large mandrel deflections. So these are the things that are possible for a filament winding. Now we will go for that one. What are the characteristics of the filament winding? These are the points that are similar to this process that we are going to adopt it. That means the characteristics of the filament winding have the following nature. Fiber tension is created by pulling the rovings through a number of fiber guides with cereals and resin bath. Adequate fiber tension is needed to maintain fiber alignment in mandrel and resin content. Mechanical actions on fibers in resin bath such as looping generally creates additional fiber tension. The ranges is 1.1 to 4.1. This mentioned already I have mentioned. The fiber tension can cause difference in resin content in inner and outer layers, residual stresses in finished product, large mandrel deflections. That means fiber tensions may cause these three: difference in resin content, residual stresses, finished product, and large mandrel deflections. So how on what area we can able to wind? If you observe, wind angle is 0 to 10 degree, 90 degree can be obtained. That means how we are going to wound. Helical winding is possible, circumferential winding and polar winding is possible. If you observe this one, these are the possible cross sections where winding can be done. This is hexagonal, oval. This is also oval of this is vertical type. It is some vertical. This is horizontal. This is one type, semicircle, round. This is sphere type. That means A, B are possible methods to wind a material so that we can have a exact winding. If this C is observed, this is a improper method, or it demonstrates a method which should not winding cannot be done. So a cross section that cannot be filament wounded is like this. If any cross section is like this, where the filament cannot be wounded properly. So that is the thing to remember here. Next. Advantages of filament winding. First of all, why filament winding is done? Filament winding is done to resist the pressure of any component. First one. Second one is, if you want to take a specific material, a thread, and it will be composed with number of other molecules like resins, hardeners, colors, and UV absorber, that means purification of the thread. There, that means in a medical area, thread also should be sterilized. In that case, we are going to use this type of method for sterilization of a thread. Highly reproducible nature of the process, continuous fiber over the entire part, high fiber volume is obtainable, ability to orient fibers in a low direction, that is 10 degrees, fiber and resin used in lowest cost form, size of the component not restricted by woven or autoclave size. Process is automation, particularly with high volume results in a cost savings. We can go for this one. The advantages are all are known this one. Disadvantages of filament winding. Part configuration must facilitate mandrel extraction. Mandrel could be complex and inexpensive. Inability to wind reverse curvature, ability to easily change the fiber path within one layer, inability to easily change the fiber path within one layer. Wound external surface may not be satisfactory for some applications. So these are the drawbacks. Using filament winding for these areas, we cannot able to go for a proper results. That's what this method will speaking. Coming to applications, already I told one application. On this pipe, we can able to go for filament winding, or in between the pipes, and we can go for filament winding. Storage tank, railway tank car, pipe are the examples. Here, a tank car is there if you want to transfer transport a gases. So they may experience different types of pressures. In that case, on a metal tank, we are going for filament winding, and then that is used for transporting of a high pressurized liquids or gases. So that is the example to understand here. Next, in aerospace also we need high pressure elements or to store gases. In that case, we can able to use for this one. Next, sports goods. Here, if you observe the racket is there, where we need high tension. For that also, we can go for this filament winding. That means the winding that can be used to fill this empty racket with a particular wire so that it can have a high tension wires. So these are the rackets. So this is the aerospace. In some aerospace parts, we are going to use filament winding to hold large temperature, to hold large pressure, to hold large gases for long period of time. As the temperature increases, pressure also increases. Still, to withstand that tank, we are going for this one. These are the examples of the tanks which can be used for filament winding to resist the damage or breaking of the cylinders with excess pressure. So before closing this one, I want to give the summary of the class. Summary of the class is we have started unit 3. In unit 3, number of manufacturing methods is there. Out of that one, you have taken two methods. One is autoclave method. Second one is filament winding method. Autoclave is a sterilization process. We have discussed three methods. One is N-type method. Second one is pressure cooker method. Next one is gravity displacement method. Third one is about B-type method. That is pressure cooker, that is B type, N type, and pressure cooker type method. So gravity methods and drawbacks are there, we have discussed. So those are overcome in the B type. Next, a general procedure for any type of autoclave equipment that has to be followed. Next, we came to filament winding. In filament winding, we have discussed the general principles, types of filament winding that is possible on the cross sections. And third one is applications of filament winding and uses of this filament winding. So by this, I have completed this today's class. For any clarifications, you can mail to me to the address cheer5 at the rate of rediffmail.com, and complete notes is available in Google Classroom code GMTKRTQ. Thank you, students. See you all. Take care. Bye.
చూసాను ఇలా పెట్టానా ఇలా కింద జారిపోతుంది చెయ్యి ఇక్కడ పెట్టానా